Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tony. Here I react to all kinds of music, most importantly, my alt groups, SB19, Got 7, Ace, and B2B. And a bunch more groups that I absolutely have been enjoying the journey with. If you enjoy my videos, then please consider liking the video and also subscribing to my channel, and make sure to turn on those alerts so that way you get notified of whenever I post a video. I also have additional content on my Patreon if you're interested. There are different tiers in Patreon. You can go check it out, where I have different tiers for survival shows versus album listens versus reality variety show content, and also dramas. Each tier will tell you what content is currently available to watch, and also album listens are available for a one-time purchase if you do not want to subscribe to the tier but instead just want to watch a one-off album review, album listen. I hope you guys enjoy my reactions, and other than that, let's get on to the video. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, or I should say welcome myself back to my channel. I know that I have been very MIA. If you've watched my DIY room remodel vlog, then you'll understand why I was MIA for so long. But anyway, sorry, I just painted my nails, so it's like still dry, and I'm trying to not to mess it up. Still wet, I mean, sorry. Anyways, sincerely apologize that it's been so long. I am finally, I feel like I'm crooked. Is that better? No, I feel like I'm even more crooked. I don't know. Anyway. Maybe it's because I'm angled. Anyway, sorry. My OCD, it was bothering me. Back to SB19 though. So I know that so much has happened since I took a break up until now, and I have been trying to keep up, but it's kind of been hard because I was moving, and then I was going through my grandma's house, and then I was trying to set up my stuff in the house, and then again I was doing some remodels and stuff like that. So it started to be a lot, and I just couldn't, plus work is always busy. So but I'm finally getting to Visa today. So I know that there's probably going to be a lot of references in this song that I'm not going to understand. So I'm prepared for all of the explanations in the comments to my reaction. Plus, I do have an article that one of my 18 friends sent me to kind of help me with the explanation of the music video and what it's all about. I do understand the basics of it about the visa process in the Philippines and how they kind of screw you over. I understand the point, but I don't really know the details of it. So I'm excited to finally get into this, and I apologize that it's so late. But another thing that I wanted to mention before I hop into my reaction, I will be going to the Philippines in April for homecoming. I'm so excited. I managed to get a global fan package with one of my 18 friends, so I will be going. I genuinely cannot wait. But of course, as you guys will probably know, flights from the US to the Philippines are absolutely crazy expensive. This is why I was debating on going in the first place, because with the move and I was trying to fix up my grandma's house, and so a lot of money was spent on that, and that's why I was debating, because I was I don't know, April is a little bit too soon. Can I make that work? Can I finagle it? Like, I don't know, because I know it's expensive. But I decided that I will be doing a 48-hour fundraiser live. I think from the 27th, I'm going to start on the 27th and end on the 29th, that whole weekend. So just, I will officially announce it, but I just want to let you guys know in this reaction that um, I am just planning on doing like a fun 48-hour live to raise funds for my flight to the Philippines. Um, of course, you know, I definitely don't expect my whole flight to be covered. Just any little bit definitely helps. It's genuinely, the cost is like crazy for a flight. Also too, like, I didn't feel comfortable just asking people for money and like a GoFundMe or something like that. Like, I want to do something to kind of like earn that money, I guess you should say. So that's why I decided to do like a whole 48-hour live. There's different like goals. You'll see whenever I post about it, but there's like going to be different money goals, and each time we reach a goal, like I have something planned for that goal. And then of course, like I'll be doing other things throughout the live, watching a lot of SB19 content. Um yeah, I just have a lot of fun things planned. And then of course, they also are releasing their EP that same weekend. So I will like live react to the EP. So that's another thing that I'm planning. So again, like, you don't have to donate or give anything in order to watch the live. Like, please just come hang out, enjoy, you know, watching content with me. You know, yeah, it's not like required to join, you know what I mean? Like, it's still just a fun live for anybody to join in on. But helping me get to the Philippines is much appreciated, but not necessary. But anyways, I just wanted to like forewarn you that that is something that I'm planning, and I will make the post about it very soon. Was there anything else? Other than that, like, I'm super excited. I definitely plan on vlogging my time in the Philippines because I'm doing like a full week. I was like, you know, if I'm gonna spend this much money going to the Philippines, then I might as well like make a time of it and like actually like have a vacation, you know what I mean? So I'm super excited. I'm also very much looking forward to meeting all of the 18. So I genuinely can't wait. But other than that, uh I think we can just hop right into Visa. So I had the teaser up first because I actually have not even watched the teaser. So we'll watch that first and then I'll get into the music video. I have heard, is that better? I have heard that, no, I'm telling you, dude, I just cannot get with it. I have heard that the dance, the choreo to this song is like super crazy. So I haven't been spoiled. Like, I genuinely don't know anything. So I'm hopping into this blind, but I have heard that the choreo is very, very interesting for this song. So I'm excited. Let's go. It's very fun. Hello? I'm assuming that was Pablo. Um, that's so funny. It sounds very upbeat for sure. Okay, let's watch the music video. I'm very curious to finally get like an understanding of the song. Um I never realized my 118 friend was like trying to explain it to me how like you have to pay like when you're trying to get a visa, you have to pay both the obviously the country that you're trying to get the visa for plus the Philippines, like your own country, and I just like was super confused by that. And I kind of started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? Like, I genuinely can't even remember the visa process when I went to Australia. Like, I just rem I just remember filling out the paperwork, and then just waiting for approval. And honestly, the approval process didn't even take that long. And yeah, like I did have to pay, but I didn't think it was that much. I don't know. It's been so long ago that I don't really remember what the process was like. I want to say it was like $250, $300 or like I don't remember it being that expensive. Um yeah, I'm not sure, but um I can't remember. I just remember making that one payment. I don't think I had to pay anything to the US. But of course, maybe there was like some type of hidden fee that I just like didn't know about. That also wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I'm like super curious to like understand a bit more about this song and like the visa process. Had to put that disclaimer in there. Oh, these are the guys that they just had a vlog with recently, right? I haven't watched it yet, but it's on my to-do list.
Sabi ng marami swerte raw ang makatapak ka ng tae. Sabi na ilayo ng nilagad at sila na may panay. Amoy tagumpay
Excuse me?
sa gilibreng sagay wag lang bubuka. Ako sa maray malapa tusay balikan mo ng talim may aray. Teka lang, di naman kailangan pang ikaw ipagyabang. Hahayaan ko na lang ang mga madlang people lang umawit ang mundong aking tinagusan. Ano raw? Take it down. Tunay ka maingay when you don't have to make a sound. And that's what's up. True SB, let's get at the top. Tanda ka ba nung araw humiling? Sa bulala ako'y nag-bang, bang, bang. Balang araw ko ay titigalin. Kasi ngaya ako ay magaling. Kahit wala pa rin dating. Kahit na anong bang gawin. Wag ka naman kailangan lang ng pizza. Kaya tupalo na lang rin yung pizza. Pinoy, piyi. Pinoy, piyi.
Curious to know what that means.
Ang hirap talagang lumipad kahit na may patunay na kaya mo na kailangan pa ng visa. Pag mo nakita, bitbit ko ng mga bread.
Sorry, what did that say? I just feel like I have to pay attention to every little thing, so I'm like more requirements. Oh dang.
Bitbit ko ng mga bread. Arat na dito mga fans. Wawagaling, nabusog lahat sa aking sinaing. Nak ng pating, nagreklamo pang let tayong kanin. Sorry, pasensya ka na. Alam kong napagod ka sa pagbayahang balusin kita. Tandang-tanda ka ba ng araw umiling? Sa pula ko hinag-bang, bang, bang. Balang araw ko ay titinggalin. Kasi ngayon ako ay magaling.
Excuse me? What?
Kahit na ano mang gawin. Baka naman kailangan lang ng pizza. Kaya tupalo na lang rin yung pizza.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna need to read this article to have a better understanding.
What if kalmahan lang natin? Let's go. Dito, masaya lang kahit may lahat na para bang spaghetti lang. May sa baba sa taas meron ng David, Pasco, M. Jacinto, Oro, Trigo, Bruno, Nico, Joseph, ay baka naman, Pablo.
Pablo.
Naipeg wala pa rin natin. Kahit na ano mang gawin. Baka naman kailangan lang ng visa. Kaya tupalo na lang rin yung visa.
What does
wala
noipy
pa rin
mean?
dating. Kahit na ano pa ang gawin. Wala pa rin dating. Kahit na ano pa ang gawin.
Are there really like this many requirements to get a visa? Like I don't know, like because usually when you're trying to get a visa, like it's the country that you're going to that has all of the requirements. Like why I don't know, why is the Philippines like blockading? I guess I should say like the Philippine government. Like why are they blockading Filipinos from going to other countries? Like I don't know. I just yeah, usually it's like the country that you're going to that has all of the requirements, not your home country that you're leaving. I'm just very interested in like why? Like what are all of the requirements? And like what's oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click on that. And like what's the difference of people getting approved versus people who are getting denied? Like I'm very I'm very like curious. So I think I'm just gonna like read this article and um try to get a better understanding. Actually, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me make this bigger. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I just want to make it bigger. So Visa by SB19 and Anthem stamped denied and everything it means. Um, I do think that like before like I hop into this article, I do think that not just the Philippines, but like a lot of countries are making certain things only accessible to the filthy rich, like I was having this like conversation with one of my German friends, and he was saying how he really wanted to get his driver's license, but it's almost impossible in Germany to get your driver's license because it's so expensive. Like I think he told me to get your license and register a car, it's like $3,000 USD or something like that. And I was like shocked. I was like, that's like, so you're telling me like basically only if you have a lot of money. Like it's just it's kind of making like the ability to drive a car like a bougie thing, and it shouldn't be. Like and especially as an American who basically in the US, like it's so hard to get around if you don't have a vehicle. Like New York, it's a bit easier. Like, if you're like in a metropolis area, like it's a bit easier because you have buses, the metro trains, like it's a bit easier, but it's still not as good as public transport in other countries for sure. So it's like, I mean, that's why pretty much everyone in the US has a car, because public transport is just, especially in like the rural areas that I'm in now, like it's basically non-existent. So when I heard that, like I was absolutely shook. Like, yeah, cars here are expensive, you have to get out a loan to pay off your car, but you have to like keep it registered. You pay like a registration every 1 to 2 years. And that's like, I mean, they've been slowly increasing that. It's probably up to like $50 almost a year. And then, so you have to keep your car registered, and then you also have to keep your car inspected, which means you just have to ensure that your car has been looked at and that it's safe for the road. And that, I don't even know how much that costs right now. I think last time I paid like $30 or $35 to get my car inspected. And of course, that doesn't include like if you do need work done on your car, like, of course, that's an added cost for whatever you need done. But just the inspection itself is like $35. So, I mean, yeah, to keep your car running, year to year total, it's like $75. So for me to hear that like you have to pay like $3,000 to like have a license and utilize a vehicle is just crazy to me. Like I was shook. But it's like you're preventing, it becomes a class thing. And I don't understand that. Like why? Why does that become a class thing to utilize a vehicle? Why does it become a class thing to utilize a passport and a visa? Like I don't really understand it, but anyways, sorry. I just went off on like a tangent. Let me read this article. A breakdown of SB19's visa lyrics, cultural references, and the different layers of the song. The promotional art for SB19's Visa, their first single of 2026, was just the letter V with a red denied stamp over it. Before a single note was officially heard, the image said everything. We tried, they said no, and we have something to say about it. Hello, excuse me. Visa is not just a song about travel documents. It's a protest, a confession, a mirror held up to Filipino society, and a declaration of identity all at once. If you've been trying to figure out what the lyrics mean, what the cultural references are, and why the song hits so differently if you're Filipino, this is the breakdown you're looking for. Yeah, I definitely want to get a better understanding. So the literal part of the Philippine passport problem. The Philippine passport is ranked 73rd most powerful in the world, with only 64 visa-free destinations. Citizens of Japan or Germany can walk into over 190 countries freely. A Filipino professional athlete or artist has to submit mountains of paperwork, justify their finances, prove they won't overstay, and wait sometimes months just to attend an event or perform on a world stage. That is absolutely crazy to me. And also that's something that I never considered, because it's pretty much the same with the US. Like I can't even remember how many countries we can go to freely, but there's a lot. And I never really thought about how like that's not the same for other countries. Um like I do remember when I applied for my visa to go to Australia, they did require finances, like just to make sure, like, hey, do you have the means to come here and actually live here, and can you make it back once your visa is up? So that like I found that understandable, but I don't know, like mountains of paperwork, like who wants to do that? I don't know. And especially like as an artist, because there's specific visas that you have to complete as an artist, athlete, professional, because you're making money in that country as for your profession, right? So it's a completely different visa that you usually have to get to go to other countries as like a professional artist, like I know here in the US it was like a big. See, I don't really pay attention to the US's visas, the different types of visas that we have, but because I'm into a lot of international music, K-pop, J-pop, P-pop, like because I'm into all of those, I did pay attention to the whole artist visa thing that happened here in the US. It was like to a point where like I was afraid that we might not get as many international artists here because of how ridiculous the US government was being with the artist visas. They like upped the requirements, they upped the price of it. Like I think it was originally, I don't know, like $1,000, $1,200 to get an artist visa to come here and like perform and make money off of your performance. But um oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. But they upped that, maybe it was like a year and a half ago or so now, to like almost like 3,400. Like they more than doubled the cost of a artist visa here in the US. So I was like worried. I was like, that's so much more money that these artists are going to have to put out. But of course, at the end of the day, who ends up paying for that? The consumers. Because what are the artists going to do? They're going to up their ticket prices to pay off the price of the visa. So it's the ones who really get screwed over are the US American people. So it just like the whole thing was just like, oh, I just remember the topic being really, really big here. And stuff like that. So I don't know. I think that the whole thing is extremely complicated. Like, see, when I was going to Australia, I was only doing like a temporary like work visa. So like, you can stay for a year and you can make money, working in that country. But I feel like with like professionals and artists, it's a bit different, but I don't really understand why, I don't know why it's so difficult for Filipinos to get visas to other countries. Anyway, sorry. SB19 knows this firsthand. They felt it during their own world tour. As Pablo said in an official press statement, we were very affected by visa applications during our tour. SB19 has been active for 7 years, and we hope that songs like these can reach officials and encourage laws that make it easier for athletes, artists, and others working overseas to access visas. This is not just an attempt to produce music, but to push Filipino culture forward. This is a little support from the government, so it is important. There's little support from the government, so it is important that our work can make an impact not only personally but also on a national level. Yeah, this is another thing that we've seen a lot. I've definitely seen it in K-pop in particular because, you know, they might be a K-pop idol, but they could be from China, or they could be from Australia, or they could be from, a different country. And so their like visa processes to go to another country and perform are different compared to, the Korean idols processes. So you see a lot where, maybe like a Chinese idol and like a K-pop group has gotten their visa denied, or it's taken too long to get their visa denied, and then they're stuck in Korea while the rest of their group goes on and performs on the tour, and that idol is left behind. That happens a lot. So it's like, it's crazy. Josh echoed the frustration. I've always had this dream during our tour as someone who represents the Philippines all over the world. I have also seen the struggles of athletes when they represent the country. They give so much for the Philippines, but it often feels like the country does not give back. There needs to be a change. Justin added, we are highly skilled and hardworking, and we've significantly contributed to raising the morale of Filipinos abroad, as well as impacting the economy in positive ways. But somehow it often feels like we are at the end of the line. I totally agree with everything Justin said. Um, the song makes it literal in verse 2. It's really hard to fly even when you have proof that you can. All the evidence in the world, still denied. I'm just like, I'm so curious to know like what the requirements are, like how crazy are these requirements? Like I'm so curious. Oh my gosh, excuse me, sorry. The linguistic layer, visa, and the world inside the word. The chorus is where the wordplay lives. Of course, Pablo loves wordplay, and it is built into the actual lyrics, not just the title. Oh my god. I need to practice my Tagalog, but I know I'm gonna probably fuck this up. Wa epek, wala pa ring. Dating, kahit na ano pa ang gawin, baka naman kailangan lang ng visa kaya to follow na lang rin yung B-visa. BB visa. I hope I did not screw that up as much as I felt like I did. Wa epic wala pa ring dating means no effect, still not landing. Then the gut punch, maybe all I really need is a visa. Maybe the missing ingredient isn't more talent, more effort, more sacrifice, just a stamp. That has to be really frustrating too, to like be blockaded by your own country, basically on your mission to like grow the Filipino culture and, try to become more international and, kind of get P-pop out there in the world. Like, that
SB19 has always been clear that that's one of their missions, as, you know, P-pop idols, is that um they want to get P-pop more well known. They want people to kind of see what the Filipino culture is like. You know, that's always been a goal of theirs, and to feel blockaded in doing that by your own country has to be really, really frustrating. You know, just trying to put myself like in their situation and how difficult that must be for them to um to feel like a part of the reason why you can't reach your goal is because of your own government's processes, you know? The real twist is in the last line, Bisa. Last line. Bisa is a Filipino for power, efficacy, effect. To follow is slang for will come eventually. Okay, I was wondering what that meant. So the full meaning, maybe once I get the visa, the external approval, then the bisa, the power, the recognition will follow. Without that external stamp, your power means nothing. Your visa is invisible until someone else validates it. Paula didn't just title the song Bisa, he embedded its mirror image, Bisa, directly into the chorus as a thing you can only have after you're approved. That makes so much more sense. Now the emotional layer, satire with teeth. I'm sorry, this is going to be a long reaction because I'm genuinely going to read this whole freaking article to get a better understanding. The song opens with a critique of toxic positivity. Stepping on feces is bad luck. Everyone knows that, and yet people will say, "Suerte yan." That's the absurdity Ken is calling out. Not just reframing bad things as good, but specifically taking something that is genuinely unfortunate and insisting it's a blessing. You know, I feel like a lot. I don't I don't want to get too political, but at the same time, like, the song is political. You know, they're actually calling out their government. I think a lot of governments do this. I think, how do I want to say this? I think propaganda is prevalent in every single country. Like, I don't think you're, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think anyone is not being affected in some way, some form by propaganda from their own country, from their own government. You know, that's especially prevalent here in the US right now, like, just trying to convince you that the way that they're doing things is for the people. It's to protect you. It's sorry, I'm going to go on a rampage. I'm sure I'm sure all of you know everything happening in the US. You probably know more than me. You know, but that's what the government tells you. Like, it's for you, but in actual reality, it's not good for you at all. And they're just kind of trying to brainwash you. But anyways, I can totally see that. Okay, where was I? And the envy makes it even more pointed. The camera pans to a man squatting on the street just like a government official. I know, it's like, oh, but like, it's true. It's so true. The misfortune is not random. The person causing it is literally someone who's supposed to be serving you. That reflex to say, pasalamat kanan nga, I don't know, mga, right? Gets applied to everything, including a system that keeps failing Filipinos. I hope I said that right. I'm so sorry. But this is actually like good. This is good practice for me with my Tagalog as I like get ready to go to the Philippines. So like, but yes, exactly. Like, I just, I, I enjoy getting into SB19 because I've just learned and genuinely, like, honestly, just music in general, like, I never really knew what the Korean government was like or what the culture was like until I got into K-pop. And you know, along with the good, of course, there always comes the bad. Like, there's always going to be things that are wrong or things that are upsetting about, you know, a country and like how the culture is sometimes. Um, and I think it's the same no matter where you go. Like, there's always going to be issues, right? Like, um, but it's so true that government officials, like the people who are supposed to be standing up for the people, like for the citizens, and I don't know how it is in the Philippines. Like, I don't know if government officials are voted in by the people. I Now I'm curious. Can anybody let me know like what the government process is like in the Philippines? Because I actually don't know. Are they voted in? Anyways, answer my question. And then on top of that, like if you are voted in by the people, then your duty as a government official is to listen to your constituents, listen to your people, and push back on the government that is trying to oppress the people. Like, that is your job. Your job as a government official is to stop oppression of the people, listen to your constituents, and fight for their needs, right? But a lot of the times, unfortunately, that's not what happens. You know, the government officials are selfish and they end up only caring about themselves and their self interests and taking bribes, making more money. I think it happens everywhere. Genuinely, it's frustrating. The verse then paints a sharp contrast. People who literally walked far, no shortcuts, versus others along for the ride who are somehow still the first to complain. Oh, I don't I don't know. I don't know what this word is. Good. Um Librang Sakai Wag Long Bubuka means okay for your ride, just don't open your legs or your mouth. Don't manspread when you're already riding for free, and don't complain when the ride costs you nothing. Both readings point to the same people, those who benefit from SB19's work and still find something to gripe about. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I would be curious to know how much how much tourism has actually gone up in the Philippines because of SB19. I mean, just think about all of the international 18 who are coming to the Philippines next month just for SB19. I mean, I know there's a lot of reactors who are going, like a lot of non-Filipino fans, you know, are making this trip to the Philippines just to see them. So, I mean, to put in all of that effort and see these results and still get kind of screwed over in the end, I mean, I can't even imagine. Then comes the identity reveal. The what? The Batusai reference is to Kenshin Himura's deadliest persona, a ruthless assassin known for a reverse blade sword. The message is simple: even with a blade that's not meant to kill, it will still sting you. What makes this genius is that verse 2 delivers the exact same message through a completely different image. Instead of a jeep, it's a meal. Nabusag lahat sa king sinang. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm butchering this. It means everyone ate well from what I cooked. And the sinang isn't just food, it's the P-pop industry at SB19, literally built from scratch. Yeah, I agree. Then nak nang pating. I feel like I'm like absolutely nagre klamo panglata yung kanin. I feel like I'm absolutely butchering this. It means they're still complaining the rice is mushy. You cooked for everyone, everyone ate, still not satisfied. Verse 1 was a warning, verse 2 is a conclusion. Pablo didn't repeat himself. He illustrated the same frustration twice using two deeply Filipino images, the Jeep and the kitchen, both hit differently. After all of that, the pre-chorus pivots to pure conviction. I still clearly remember wishing on a shooting star. Someday they will look up to me because I'm good. No hedging, no qualifier, and then the chorus arrives and wipes it out again. What a peck. Walla ring dating. That whiplash of certainty into dismissal is the emotional engine of the entire song. The Filipino experience of excellence without recognition on repeat. Okay, this is also okay. Why Noi not Pinoy? Oh, okay. I was wondering what that meant. They could have said Pinoy. They didn't. That distinction matters enormously. Pinoy is the safe, polished version of Filipino identity on tourism campaigns and government slogans. Noipi is something else, rawer, more defiant. It comes from tabalik, Filipino backwards slang, with roots going back to 19th century revolutionaries who used reverse words to bypass Spanish colonial authorities. The practice was revived. I always wondered that. I've always wondered why that was a thing because I've noticed, like boss, sob, like I've noticed that is a thing in Filipino culture to like reverse or like, yeah, reverse words. I always wondered where that came from. My questions are being answered. Sorry, anyways. The practice was revived during the Marcos martial law era, again as a tool of resistance. It lives today in words like Lodi, Werpa, Petmalu. Interesting. I always wondered that. I felt like there had to be a story behind it, so that's really interesting. Noipi is not just slang. It is Filipino identity that has historically had to encode itself, hide itself, rearrange itself just to survive. And that mirrors exactly what the song is about. Filipinos having to jump through hoops just to be allowed into spaces they already belong in. The word itself performs the song's argument. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna butcher this. Yai? Yeah, I'm just not even. It's a Filipino expression of delight, of yes, that's us, a fist in the air. But the same chant can just as easily land as a grimace. Noipi, 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 bleh. Embarrassment, shame at the passport ranking, the gatekeeping, the fellow Filipinos who won't clap until a foreigner does first. SB19 holds both versions at once. This is not blind patriotism, it is eyes open patriotism, the kind that loves a country enough to be embarrassed by it, frustrated with it, and proud of it in the same breath. I totally get, like, I think you can be proud of your culture, proud of where you come from, proud of your country, and still be critical and like critique, you know what I mean, like the things that your country does or that your government does. Like I definitely feel the same about here in the US. Like I do love the United States. Like I love my country. I think there's so many beautiful places to go. There's still so many things that I want to see here. Um, you know, it's we've come such a long way. Like I've always thought of us as a very like forward thinking country. And but at this point in time, I'm extremely disappointed in what my country is doing, where things have gone. Um, but I know that it's not everyone. I know that there's a lot of good people out there, and it's just this select group who are kind of just putting us in a bad spot, and it's really frustrating to see, and you feel like you can't do anything about it. But that's why I appreciate and respect SB19 so much, because they do have this platform, they do have a voice, and I love that they use that to bring up this topic, and you know what I mean. Yeah, like I have my thoughts and opinions about what my country is doing, but at the same time, like I feel like I don't have a big enough platform to, really call it out. Like I'm not a celebrity. I'm not, I don't have a big following. But when you're someone like SB19 and you do have the voice and you know that people listen to you, it's nice to see that it's not just about the money to them. Like, they genuinely care about their country, and they care about the people in their country, and they wanted to use this moment to bring up a difficult discussion. The hidden layer, approved by whom? In the music video, there's a scene at a counter, like an embassy or a customs window. Some people get approved, others, including SB19, get denied. The ones who get through appear to be half Filipino. I was wondering why some were getting approved, some were getting denied. Okay. People with a different passport attached to their blood. That's crazy. This is not just about foreign embassies. It is about internal gatekeeping. The idea that some Filipinos don't fully see each other unless someone foreign has already approved them first. Recognition only travels in one direction, from outside inward. That's wild. I didn't realize that this was a problem in the Philippines, so I'm very fascinated by kind of diving into this. Many Filipino artists describe this painful reality. To truly make it, you feel you have to leave. Yeah. If a Western label signs you, if a foreign outlet writes about you, then and perhaps only then are you considered successful. So when the chorus says "Wad pek wala pa ring dating," that line is not only aimed at foreign governments, it is aimed at the audience at home that may still downplay SB19's achievements simply because they built their success from Manila. 100%. 100%. Wow. Ugh. There's so much hidden in this song, and I'm glad that I'm reading this article because I wouldn't have caught all of this at all. Maybe all I really need is a visa, not just a travel stamp, a stamp of approval from a world that includes the people who should already believe in you. The bridge layer, why Pablo named them. I was curious about this too. The bridge is where the song gets more personal. Pablo drops a string of names. Dave Batista, Bosco, Dante Bosco, Manny Jacinto, Olivia Rodrigo, Bruno Mars, Nico Santos, all globally recognized, all with Filipino blood, most of them Filipino American or Filipino Canadian, grew up outside the Philippines or built their careers in non-Filipino markets. Paulo's not attacking them. I didn't think so. He's making a structural observation. Like, I didn't think so. I definitely took it as like, they made it. Why can't we? Like, yeah, they got approved not because they were more talented, but because the path they walked was different. Different passports, different zip code, different starting point. The barrier for a full Filipino living in the Philippines is structurally higher, and Pablo knows exactly where he sits in that picture. The spaghetti image in the lyrics is a reference to the Sex Bomb Girls' OPM hit Spaghetti and its iconic Pababa Pataas dance. In context, there are levels. Mine na una? Some have already gone ahead. Mine nasa taas. Some are up there. Mine nasa baba. Some are still below. Pablo names the ones who've made it across while knowing he's still on this side of the window. Okay. Interesting. Then he catches himself. Baka naman, Pablo. Not because he went too far, because he just said something painfully honest out loud. The laugh is the kind you do when the truth is almost too much to hold directly. Okay. P-pop's own visa. There's one final irony worth sitting with. P-pop itself didn't always have a visa. Before SB19 spent 7 years forcing the world's door open, the entire genre was effectively denied. Filipino pop was considered too local, too niche, too far from the industry center to be taken seriously abroad. SB19 didn't just make it for themselves, they stamped a path. Every Filipino artist who walks through an international door today walks through one that SB19 helped pry open. The full picture, what Visa is really saying. Visa holds more truth than most songs dared to attempt. It is about bureaucratic injustice and a weak passport. It is about a culture that sometimes only recognizes its own after someone foreign does first. It is about overqualification and an invisibility, about wanting what others have while knowing the barrier you face is higher. It's about a country whose People find joy and resilience even when the system fails them, and it is about identity that has had to fight and code itself and rearrange itself just to survive. Not everyone gets denied because they're not capable. Sometimes it's just because of where they came from. The music video ends with Pablo throwing his passport denied stamp and all on the floor. And then the chant, Noipi, 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 Noipi. Not pride, not a plea, frustration and defiance at once. Fed up with being made to feel like the passport defines the person. He's not asking for the stamp anymore. He's done with the whole system that required it. Absolutely. Absolutely. International 18, this one's for you. If you've been listening to Visa on repeat but couldn't catch all the Filipino references, now you know. Share this with your International 18 friends. They can feel every single layer of this song the way Filipinos do, because the full weight of Visa only hits when you understand where it's really coming from. I genuinely appreciate girl, get with it. I genuinely appreciate this article. It genuinely helped me understand the song way better than if I were just to watch the music video and call it a day. I'm so glad that I read this. I definitely, understood the basics of like the prices and, the blockages and stuff like that. Like, I knew it was a call out to the Filipino government about visas, but also I didn't realize that it was so much more than that at the same time. Like the foreign thing. Like, I didn't know that, and I didn't fully catch that in the music video until I read this article. And also the reverse of words. I knew that that was a thing in the Philippines, but I never really understood why or where it came from. So that was like a nice little tidbit of information that now it just puts context to it, and now I understand for sure. But yeah, I think that even though the song is fun and upbeat, at the same time, I think it's very obvious that what's the word that I want to use? Like, showing frustrations, like you could still feel the frustrated emotions in the way that it's sung. You know what I mean? Like, even if you don't really understand the lyrics, I think that just listening to how they say things, like, you can hear the frustration and the call out, you know what I mean? Yeah. I will most likely be watching the music video again just to, like, now that I've read the article, I might go back and rewatch the music video. But I think that I've learned a lot about what's going on in the Philippines, and like a little bit of like cultural things that I didn't fully know or understand before. And that's, but I mean, I just, because of SB19, I've genuinely learned so much about the Philippines. And I think that's, I don't know, I think that's like one of the most beautiful things. It's frustrating for me because I come from a very like conservative family, and they don't really get or understand listening to music in another language. Like, literally, I'm sure you guys know the Super Bowl. I'm sure you watched the Super Bowl. And I like Bad Bunny. I listen to his music. I think it's good. So I was excited to see him perform at the Super Bowl. But, people around me, not so much. And comments were definitely made, and it's just frustrating to me, like I don't know, just to hear right to my face people say like, well, I don't understand the language and I don't want to listen to a language that I don't understand, stuff like that. And I'm like, why can't you just enjoy music even if you may not fully understand the lyrics? Like, you can still enjoy the beat of a song, and you can still get something out of the song even if you don't fully understand the language. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, aren't you interested? Oh, sorry. Okay, my niece is coming. Like, aren't you interested in hearing another person's culture, like seeing another person's culture, learning about it? So I don't know. It's just like very frustrating for me to like experience that. What's up, girl? Hello? Are you hanging out? Okay, I'm almost done.
Is that your video?
Yeah, I'm recording.
What's up?
But anyways, definitely really enjoyed the song. I think I learned a lot. And I definitely would love to hear like more details, more information from you guys in the comments. And again, I apologize for taking such a long break, but I'm glad to be back at it. And I'm super, super excited to go to the Philippines next month. And I would love to get some advice on like where to go, places to see, things like that. But yeah. All right, guys. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction, and I hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy, be yourselves, and have a good day. Bye, guys.